Well, hello everyone and welcome to the ETL2 challenge with Treadmill final results. So I'm really excited to talk to you guys about this one. So I don't really think that there's going to be anything too big of a surprise here in terms of the food aspect of this. It's not really a whole lot different from the Eat to Live challenge that I did before. But I am pretty pleased with the results for this challenge. This was kind of neat. So let's just jump right in there and talk about the quantity of food is the first category that we usually talk about. And quantity of food, had to give this 5 stars because it's not one of those diet plans that tells you that you need to restrict what you eat. In fact, it encourages you to make sure you eat a big salad, make sure you eat 3 pieces of fruit, make sure you eat some nuts and some flaxseed. And so it's all these things that you're supposed to try to include, which actually can be a little bit overwhelming. But quantity-wise, there's no complaints whatsoever on this type of a plan. You can eat as much as you want until you're comfortably full, and all the food is really super healthy for you. So it works out really well. 5 stars, no problems. So the next category is quality of food, and I'm going to go ahead and give this 4 stars, and only because there were a few recipes that I made that I was kind of like, not 100% sold on, that they were like super awesome, but then there were some recipes like that I would give it like maybe a 3 star, but then there were some recipes that were like, oh my gosh, that was so super good, like the zucchini lasagna recipe, the vegan cheese sauce recipe, that mushroom and wine sauce with the spinach and mashed cauliflower recipe. There were actually quite a few that were like totally 5-star all the way. So I just averaged it out to be 4 stars. But I think that as far as meals go in an Eat to Live challenge, if you were just eating food rather than trying to do recipes, I think that the quality of the food would actually even go up more because you just put together the pieces that you like. You're not trying to follow a recipe. So you have a salad and you know that you want to put beans on it because that's a nutritarian thing to do. But anyway, there were definitely some recipes on the website that I made this time that were really super awesome. So that was pretty exciting. I really did enjoy that. So definitely 4 stars. Okay, ease of diet. Was this diet easy? I gave it 4 stars. And we're not talking about the treadmill aspect of it at this point, just the food part of it. It was definitely easier than some that I've done in the past. Like Dr. Greger's challenge was a lot of fun, but holy cow, that was a lot of work. His recipes were a lot of work. There's been a few others that I've done in the past that seem to be a little bit more labor intensive, whereas some were like super easy, like the rice challenge. You eat rice and you eat fruit and vegetables and ta-da, you're done, you know? So that's like as easy as you can possibly get. Ease of diet though, 4 stars. I would say that if you're gonna just follow this lifestyle just in general, it's not difficult to do. It just is maybe a little bit of a learning curve in terms of making sure that you've got the seasonings that you want to have so that you're not using a whole bunch of salt, because that's really important in this plan, and making sure that you have something that you can do with maybe like condiments and that kind of thing, trying to find some that are low sodium. But for the most part, this is a pretty easy plan to follow, and it has enough variety that it makes it, everything is very tasty. So I mean, I really like that you can have the smoothies, you can have the salads, you can have maybe not so much the pastas and the rices and stuff, but that's okay too, because there's other options for things that you might want to have, like the flour tortillas, which I don't do flour, but the whole wrap tortilla thing is kind of nice that you can actually throw that in as an easy meal option sometimes too. So ease of diet, 4 stars. All right, so is this plan sustainable? I gave this 4.5 stars because I actually do think that this is something that you could do long term, and that would be healthy for you to do long term, and that most people would be able to continue to do long term. I think the salt aspect of it would be the hardest part to curtail, especially seeing as some of the things that make life easier, I think having things like your barbecue sauce already made, or your ketchup is already made, or that type of thing is already ready to go in the refrigerator. You just make your food and then you have some seasonings and that type of thing to put on stuff. So that does make it just a tiny bit challenging, but otherwise being able to just eat real food is not hard. I really do like, I like the plan. I like the Dr. Furman's way of doing his recipes. And there's very, very little that I actually missed when I did this. I think vegan sushi was probably one of the only things that I really missed. Not a huge potato fan anyway, so I didn't really miss that one too much, but rice, we do tend to eat a lot of rice. So that's a little bit hard to try and incorporate that a little differently into your plan. But sustainability, long-term, beans are super healthy, nutritarian is super healthy, definitely 4.5 stars. All right, so effectiveness. Now, normally I would call this effectiveness in terms of weight loss, in which case I wouldn't say that this is maybe wasn't the best plan for me because I actually ended up gaining 0.6 pounds this month, which kind of is frustrating to me because I really would like to be under like 160 and I just kind of going the wrong direction. However, I gave this 5 stars because before I started this challenge, and then again just yesterday, I measured the circumference of my thighs, and one leg I had lost 1.75 inches, and the other leg I lost 2.25 inches, which is really kind of funny because just a couple of days ago, or maybe less than a week ago, one of my texts was asking me, Heather, are you losing weight? Your pants are really baggy. I was like, hey, that's cool. There's nothing wrong with that. So I think that the weight gain is really not an issue, simply because maybe I've gained a little bit of muscle or something. That's great. But definitely having lost some fat, and hopefully it's not just water. I'm not sure, but I don't think it's just water weight. But I'm pretty excited about feeling like I'm a little bit more physically fit. I feel like my thigh muscles are stronger than they have been in the past. Really am super excited about the fact that I'm able to run for up to, or jog, not running, jogging, for up to about 9 minutes now. And it's not 9 minutes in a row straight, but stopping for like 30 seconds and then going again. So I'm really pleased with the results in terms of this challenge. I think that eating healthy enough foods that my body is doing well enough to be able to exercise comfortably and get stronger and fitter. That's like the epitome of a perfect diet in my opinion. So overall rating was 4.5 stars, so like 90% on this one, which is really impressive. A lot of the plans that I've tried have got a few things here or there that just aren't quite, super maybe not quite as awesome as I'd like them to be, but this worked out really well. I really enjoyed this particular throwing the treadmill challenge in with the ETL, and I would definitely suggest you just pick whatever it is exercise-wise that you want to do, that you think you will continue to do, and match it up with a healthy eating style. I really did enjoy this challenge. So I'm excited for the slight loss in inches. The gaining of 0.6 pounds is not super exciting, but that's okay. Gotta try not to be super focused on the numbers all the time, because it's not all about the numbers. It does matter how you feel, and if you're enjoying the lifestyle that you live, that makes a big difference too. So anyways, that's it for me for today, guys. I hope you are having a wonderful day, and I am looking forward to seeing you on my next challenge.